Well, that went poorly. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. And welcome to this morning's stream. Apologies for the slight delay if you've been waiting over on YouTube. We've had some technical issues this morning, which I think stem from an OBS update. So we're now up and running. Welcome back. This is a stream of TCG Card Shop Simulator. We're playing through continuing our first play game and trying to grow our wee card shop. I'm still travelling at the moment, so there's going to be some changes to the normal schedule. Hopefully it'll be next week before the schedule gets up and running. Without further ado, I suppose we better try getting our game loaded and see if that works. Something's got to work today, right? Also, I'm just going to try and sort out a problem that I spotted just then. What in the heck? There we go. Problem solved. Right. And let's also test all of the chats. There we go. Okay. I see you, Mark. Welcome, welcome. Both on YouTube and on Twitch. Right, this is our card shop. We're on day 77, level 31. I think I will have just lost all of my stats because Windows decided to do an update. So we had a notepad going. Just seeing everyone cover that now. Hey, everyone's in. Flanker Magic Card Shop and in Dead. Am I surprised? How you doing, everyone's in? Welcome to the very imaginatively named I'm a Card Shop, where we are in debt. We should be getting ourselves open, and we're trying out just making sure there are 0 queues as a way of increasing our income. And we've just bought these guys. That was our last upgrade. We strengthened the stock a little bit, but we're going to have some ropey stock because we're in debt. So, without further ado, I should probably check those two. Nope. Sir, thank you. Doing good, loving the game way too much. I can understand that. We're trying a new theory at the moment, which is just basically do not move from the till. We're trying to get 0 queues on checkout as a way of boosting our income. Ruffer, freaking dice, Ruffer. Oh, we also expanded out our games room. So we're going to expand that out a wee touch more as well. You had a hell of a lucky day yesterday. Bought 10 boxes, 64 basic legendary packs, pulled 1 card above 5k, 2 cards at 4, and 2 ghost cards. Nice. How'd the train girls treat you last night? It treated me just fine. I felt very sorry for the people that were on the train across from me. Because they were stuck on a train at a platform for, I think, something that was no one's fault. Just, you know, life happens. But they didn't cancel the train till after my train had left. And my train was going the direction of Bristol and South Wales, and that train was going to Bristol. So they were probably waiting around after sitting on that train for half an hour in a platform for another 45 minutes to an hour. Whereas if they just cancelled it a few minutes earlier, some of those people could have been well on their way home a different route. Reason says this game really is a massive dopamine kick. Yeah, I think, and it is still early days. They've got a list of things they're trying to change. And like a lot of the retail simulators, some of the more rewarding stuff that you can do as a retailer, to try and like increase your store's turnover are kind of missing. And I think some of the systems are a little bit simple at the moment. But it is not bad. Has all the beepy noises, indeed. And I think also for probably performance reasons, like all these games, it would be a lot more fun if it's multiplayer. But I think for performance reasons as well, they have limited the number of customers that can be spawned at any point. Which, once you know that, it makes a lot more sense why your turnover is all over the place from day to day to day, even if everything is keenly priced. And you can't drive customers through the door through special events in the same way that you would for a retail store. So having like a free tables day, zero changing customers. But it is kind of cool that they've done a deal with a real board games company. These board games here, those are board games you can buy. I think that's a really clever marketing idea. Morning, Kaz. How are you this morning? One thing you're loving compared to Supermarket Simulator is the lower change in prices of items. I would say it is equal. I would say this is worse for it, to be honest, Rinzen. That is one of my criticisms of the game. It is a very fun game. Like, I'm not, but there are the pricing and the pricing strategy and the lack of tracking is completely wild in this game. And I would say that Supermarket Simulator does a better job of flagging the individual products. It's still a pain. And one of the weird things about all these games is that in reality, price isn't really that much of a driver. Like, you'll have a pricing strategy, but typically you only adjust your pricing when your supplier price changes. I've run retailers, and even on a bad year, I've never seen the price change more than like 3 times a year. Hey, I will say, Mark, your message being auto moderated and then sent to me on Discord made my evening last night. The AI. Yes, I think that is exactly the presentation for AMD and Intel. I think all of the simulator games we've played all have different strengths and weaknesses. Like the grocery store sim, I think despite some design choice, interesting graphics, having the trolley set up and the supermarket feeling like the size of a supermarket and it's scaling so much is a really interesting game, and it's co-op. Supermarket Together's a lot of fun, but the prices are seeming to like spiral out of control on an ongoing and continual basis. But you can get loads of players in that, which is a good time. And the AI in Supermarket Together, I think, are better than that in Supermarket Simulator. Why is there 3 guys queuing on there? But I also think it's quite clever that they'll have the ability to play the game in-game as well. And I think on this game, the idea of collecting is just smart from their perspective. Rumsey says, let's not talk about how stupid it is that you need separate licenses, 32 and 64 packs. I will say, like, outside of this is probably the closest to any of that being true. But the idea at all that you need licenses to sell individual products just is not a thing that exists in general. Like minimum orders, absolutely. Postage charges if you order small orders, definitely. Variable pricing depending on how much you order, sure. But the idea of like you're gonna have to pay a license fee to be able to sell a thing. I get the idea behind like upgrading, so they've built that in as a game mechanic. But yeah, it is very silly because you also don't save any money buying the bigger packs. So if I'm buying like outer, because in real retail you have inners and outers, as well as you can buy individual stuff from some distributors. But some will insist you buy either an inner, which could be, say, for pens, an inner could be 6 pens, and an outer could be 1440 or something huge, or for a bigger item, an inner could be 8 ink pads, and an outer could be 144. The only reason for you to buy inners or outers is to save money. And because you can, like, I'd negotiated with suppliers while I was buying outers because it makes it faster to pick, right? You're not picking up individual like items or individual boxes. You're just getting a box in and whacking a label on it and sending it straight back out again. So there's very little manual work involved in that. So I negotiate a bigger discount. But the idea that you have like card packs here or card boxes that you have to buy a different license to buy a different amount is very silly. And there's no game reward for you doing it because it's the same price, like the same core item price. You can slightly game some items if depending on the pricing by like, instead of buying the boxes, the individual packs, so I'd buy a box and split them. The only thing you're saving on is having to run less trips from the inside to outside. Yeah, and they don't both unlock at the same time, which is dumb. You can't, like... And like, none of these, to be clear, are like world-ending problems that I think any of the games are terrible for. But while they're trying to build a mechanic that gets you to progress... they could have done similar things with like the levels of the store or something that wouldn't have required you paying licenses, but you could have got early access to products. So I've run retailers before. One of the deals I did was to have first access to some of the products. So I would have them potentially a week earlier than some of my competitors because I was selling through or buying a large amount of that particular product. So there's like, so you could do that as a way of leveling. So the way that would actually, the way that typically actually works is that you need to be a particular size of store, or you agree to say, you know what, I will give double shelf space or give you a wall display for your latest figurine, or put it in the window or something. But in exchange, I either get a discount or I just get early access. So, like I do understand that there needs to be like a gameplay mechanic for a lot of these things. So they're looking at it from that perspective. But like it means that once you get, if you've worked out what some of the mechanics are, it can unfortunately feel a little bit flat because you're like, well, it's just a random number I get through the door. It's almost completely random what people are buying. Like they comment on, oh, that's a really good price, and then don't buy it. Which, you know, possibly is realistic in some scenarios of retail, but I think there is definitely some interesting things they can do to take the game forward. And I'm super interested to see how they build it. But I would say that I will be shocked and stunned to find if the developer has ever actually run a retail store. Right, one of those. You know, let's get ourselves two. One of those. Like I say, on the flip side, I think they've done some really clever stuff. 1, 2, 3 of those. Like the partnering with a board game company to feature their games in game is clever. Also, the really weird stuff, like specific to this. There has never been a time, unless you're buying packaged dice from Games Workshop to resell, in which case you get the same crap margin you get on all Games Workshop stuff. But dice being something that you make no margin on? Just what? And I think the ability to launch your own white label generic products, because like they do this here, and then at the same, but they do understand it enough that card sheaths are actually quite profitable. Like accessories are the things that drive a lot of profit in a lot of retail. Which reminds me, let's get the stock order done for the other booster packs and see how much money we've actually got left. Not enough is the answer. Right, accessories. Where are we? Stock order, accessories. I do like the fact that Board Game Supplier is shown as a different supplier. That's kind of neat, because you're going to have to make choices about who you're buying from. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting take on the genre. Do you have any more deck box over here? No. I think we're going to have to cut our cloth on this one. See, new item, brand new, in stock, got it the second we could, not a single one sold. Right, let's get our rearranging box out. Right, and we could do with, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. So the bat and Decimite. We're going to be in debt again in the morning. One thing that really nails the luck involved with the game, look at you being level 32 on day 77 or day 50 at level 31. Shows they've really gone for luck in opening packs. Yeah, and I think like also the opening packs and selling them thing is really interesting to me because they definitely need to do some more work around some of the mechanics, because they need to reward players ideally for actually providing an additional service. So if you're selling individual cards, like that should draw in more customers. Otherwise, like, so I'm doing what lots of retailers do and not bothering because the amount of additional time and RNG, if you're super into the collecting side of it, which is clever that they've kind of integrated that in, great. But if not, pulling individual cards is just kind of a pain. And the way they've done their pricing, where the price is so variable and so unreliable, even when you're running events, means that realistically it's not really that worthwhile doing. And you end up with a hell of a lot of cards that you can't sell off individually, although they have bought out the desk for it. But then it sets like an arbitrary price as to what a random card box costs, rather than you being able to create custom products out of it, which seems a bit short-sighted. Morning, Martinez. How are you? Lovely to have you here. Did Waggly PC handle the GPU upgrade? Yes. It was a really surreal build. So I've upgraded the SSD. I sorted out her RGB. I replaced the GPU. And did installed a Stream Deck. And did a few like other bits and pieces, updating all the drivers and all that good stuff. It was it's really interesting coming from a place of building PCs for work, which effectively what like most of my PC builds have been for, whether they're for people in the community or members of the Game Buzz team or like colleagues. The way you build a PC is vastly different to the way that a system builder does. And some of the choices were just surreal that the system builder had taken. This is more backstock we've had in a little while. I'm not intentionally trying to create backstock. I may actually just put some of the stuff out and just waiting to see what I've got. Because customers can't buy stuff that's in your stock room. You should have enough facings out front, no matter which retail game you're playing, that they can buy products without you having to go and restock it 2 or 3 times a day. You know what, that looks like a prime candidate for... I'm just going to put that out. I hope you feel better soon. Martinez Rodriguez says having a cold for over a week, so pretty done with that, but overall pretty good. Well, so hope you feel better soon. All these are from the other side. So at the moment, these are my... personal cupboard is generally empty unless we've got 1s or 2s of something. These are some of my board game boxes because we were selling through enough of these that the walls weren't actually covering them out of stock. And then these 2 at the moment are empty, so they're just being used for whatever, as is this corner and this side of this stand. They're all just being used as overflow stock. And these will move to that location soon, TM. In fact, let's move you over to there. I might do some moving around in a second, actually. So I'll put overflow figurines there. But yeah, I think that a lot of these games actually need to also adjust pricing based on a pricing strategy. And really actually look at a way of delivering more sales for those products that are like on offer, or being able to promote specific offers. which again, lots of time, it's none of these things are world-ending issues. It will just be nice to see it feel like a more compelling retail simulator. Oh, bad words. That is not what I meant to do. Which at the moment, it just feels like a lot of the levers that you would normally pull as a store just aren't available to you. Oh, bad words. I remembered what I was doing now. Put that down, and we're going to pick up some of these. You hope the random events they're playing will involve spikes in demand specific items, those products price like skyrocket. Yeah, and even if it's not the pricing, just the... Like, if you're giving away free table time or running a big event, you should see an increase in footfall. Now, you know, if you're running a free event, you may well find that that footfall doesn't bring in as much money. Because some people are just looking for something to do of a weekend rather than necessarily going to actually buy things. They're coming in because the event is free, not because they're going to spend a lot of money. But it would be really nice to see them do some more things along that line. 3. Right, let's do a quick order for these. We're going to be much broke, very yes. Are you losing money by unpacking them? 8 times 8 is 64, but they sell for 81. Yes, but I'm also... That's a fairly rare problem. And there might actually be price changes. Hang on. No, that's fine. So this is a lie. Let's actually increase the price on that. However, if I go into the shop, I'm getting to sell that SKU, that product type, without ever having to pay the 3,000 for the license to sell that, or the 3,500 for the license to sell individually there. So I'm getting to sell the product without spending this ridiculous amount of money. So sure, I'm making a slightly lower margin on having the individual packs, but it would take a lot of days to make up the ridiculous way they do licensing. And I will pick up the license eventually because I think that the licenses may well have some sort of impact on what people are spending. So despite the product being available, it may not be... it may not be recognizing that for any sort of calculation it's doing. How are you, Oscar? Morning, Les. I haven't eaten enough cheese for you to be a figment of my imagination. this has been, today is our restocking day, and then tomorrow will be our upgrades day, all things being well. You know what? Also, difficult to do, but like the reason I've got this merchandise the way I have, like this, is because these are the matching sleeves for these cards. So the chance of you picking up an impulse buy to protect your cards are far higher in reality in retail. So having related impulse stuff next to each other should boost the sales of those related things. And it doesn't really do that. So let's see how we did today, other than we're going to be very poor. We did pay our bills though. We aren't no scrub. So a friend of mine opened the packages now. Total value ended at 48 cents. Yes, the RNG is strong here. Right, okay, so because I've been tracking, the next playthrough I do of this, we'll track it from the very beginning. I think I've got some ways to kind of speed run some of the bits of this. So, total visits today were up from yesterday from 99 to 121. Total checkouts today were 62, down from 70. The total items sold was up to 325 from 280. Our item earnings were 5,185.50 yesterday. Today they are 5,321.25. Our game earnings yesterday were 2,951.24. Our game earnings today were £324.37. That is ridiculous. But it's meant that our revenue has gone from 8,136.74 to £5,645.62. And our playtime on tables was 9 hours and 28 minutes. And loads of dissatisfied customers. So we're going to try something for the next day. We're not going to open for a bit. We're not going to care about the other customers. We'll go through and we'll set every price individually again. So every one of our prices, by the way, this is actually how silly retailers work. They reduce their prices to be cheaper than anyone else and then wonder why they have no stock at the end of the month. However, I'm going to make sure every product in our store I will have checked is at a below market price. There are some products here that I would absolutely not sell if this was an IRL. You know what? We've got a lot of these. I'm going to sell these. We're still making good margins on that, but we've reduced the price way down. Which I think will have zero effect on sales. So like these dice sets, I just wouldn't sell. Right, this is all overflow stock, so we'll catch it on this one. Because the margins on those are so low that they are absolutely not worth selling. Right, let's check our tables, because unfortunately this won't work for today still, but... Right, you know what, we'll even change what we're charging. We're now even cheaper for tables. I think we checked all of the mats as well, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, we've checked everything. We're cheaper than anywhere else. We've got short queues. We'll have no queues. Oh, and let's make sure the blinking lights are turned on. And we're out of nothing. Games played 6 should be at least 60 AC per hour. I mean, you're not wrong. Our average games played over the other days are like 58, 60, 64. And I will say that Wagley's got a playthrough going as well. On her own. What the... How is they getting through that? And on hers, she's increased the price by 20% over base, and they might be unhappy, but she's profitable. Runes in says, so I do plus 10% on all items and packs, plus 20% on single cards. Over the market price. So you should have lots of dissatisfied customers then, because you are overpriced. Good morning. How are you this morning, Cody? Right, so that doesn't make any sense. So whatever they're basing the dissatisfied customers on, if it's price, that makes sense. If it's not price, then and it's product range for the level of store you have, that should be really made explicitly clear. Hey, this is an awesome sale. That right there is some profit. You've heard the wait till long, don't like if you seem to have that problem with 2 registers going full time. Yeah, like we have cracked the code in terms of getting more people to render, I think, but do you need a second front door? I don't think so. The other one is closed to make them come through here because otherwise people complain about the smell. Also, look at this. I don't struggle with one. Like we're set on here. Say use main entrance. And we could apparently those things go through the wall. So if you want to be hacky, you could put those against the left hand side. So the right hand side there. Oh, you mean not running into doors? Hey, doors are hard, man. Is the door rate a limit? I don't think so. I think It's them deciding on what to do and being like rendered in as they bimble around that's the limit. So we know for an absolute fact no one's got through the door while being smelly. All of our products are in stock and all of our pricing is competitive. And everyone is being seen. Really fast. Like, our checkout queues are quick. Yet we've gone from having thousands in gameplay time to nothing. And we're also cheaper for gameplay time than any other store. There's a bug there. Absolutely, definitely. Yep, they were just bouncing off the table. It's a bug. So our revenue's been halved for 2 days because of that. Luckily, Flank didn't see the new freezer and shelves and supermarket together. Wag needs to reorganize it first. Well. When Wagley is up and running, we might play some other games. Is your final status your current day? Total visits 99, checkout 53, dissatisfied 17. Yeah, dissatisfied 17 sounds about right, but if you're selling on high prices, dissatisfied can't be purely based on price, because we are underselling everything. You shouldn't do this as a retailer, because it destroys your margins. So they seem to be super unhappy for another reason. I reckon part of that reason might have then been them bouncing off that table. Your cheese pasting yesterday looked so good. What was in it? That was using, I think it was Aldi or Lidl. There was a chili butter that was used to make the roux with flour, and then actual cheese, and some broccoli, I think peppers and onions. Is there anything you have a license for and not selling? No. So if we have a license for it, we're selling it, because we invest in the reason the store's laid out the way it is that it's giving us space that we're investing in. So the only thing you could have been out of stock of today were these, which means I'm going to put another display up for them. However, I'm also going to mess around. Oh, hang on. There you go, sir. I'm also going to mess around with those tables, because that was some level of BS. So we're going to have to go to shop lot B. Oh, which we can't do. Cool. So I'll do the restock and everything in the morrow, just so we've got comparators for today. Dissatisfied 40. There you go. That is some BS. And I reckon in this particular instance, they're dissatisfied because of that they were bouncing off the table. But our card game, where are we? Let's start with the hours played. 28 hours, 45 minutes. So that's terrible, but nowhere near as terrible as the day before. The number of people that played games was 64 before. Sorry, 6 before, I think. Sorry. Down from 64. Our play games are now 22. Items sold. 357. Up from 325. Our total checkouts 75. Our total visits 113 are down by 8. By 9, my apologies. Our item earnings have gone from 5,321 to 6,649. My apologies, to £5,672.10. So, sorry, slightly up. Our game earnings are up to £977.81, and our revenue in total is up to £6,649.91 from £5,000 the day before. And that gap can almost entirely be explained by us suddenly having game earnings again. Well, all right. Going to rearrange our shelves just a touch. And we're going to completely ignore the people outside for a little while today. And we're going to do a few different stock orders. We're going to take our time to restock the store. We won't be able to restock everything, but I do not care. Right. Check your reviews on the phone, Flanker. Sure, might say why. You are not wrong. Won the tournament, thanks, yada yada yada. Good time playing here. They set up some stuff to block the entrance, I wonder why. So is that table? Don't overwork the staff, please. Hey Gloom, how are you? How do they expect us to get into this place? So it was that blinking table. The one table there was bouncing all the players off these tables. That's what caused all of our problems. And they weren't blocked the day before. Those tables weren't new positions. There you go. Let's put it there just in case threes are now causing problems, but we will see. Hey, you're at work, you go for a blood test in about 40 minutes. Hopefully that's not too much hassle to get to for you, Ling. We definitely need to meet up for a drink and a game or something soon. Very rude staff. Shopkeeper sprayed with smelly stuff, claiming it was me that smelled, and said 1 out of 5 stars. Are we going to have to gentle parent Oscar? That's... Busy for the next 10 days, but after that, all yours. Awesome. Also, I don't know if you saw, I'm planning on being in Bath for the Christmas markets in November. I don't know how accessible that is for you. But if you fancied coming along and hanging out for a bit as a exploring day away from home, you are most welcome. Right, can I finally move this one box? Yes, there we go. See what finds. Yeah, no worries. I haven't decided what I'm putting on that end cap yet. We don't all have very successful TCG shops fueling our bank accounts. Well, by don't all. I hope you're not including me in the all. Ah, there's a plan. I'm being attacked. Mark says, hi, Plan. Wagley says, non-cinema, buddy. And Plan silently snuck away like an acol. Beat it more. Zane, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. We're just continuing to ignore customers outside like all the best shops do. Oh.
I say, old chap, I think those raiders mean to do us harm.
Zane, lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me do some things. Urkaburko, welcome. Lovely to have you here. If you're not already following Zane, go and check them out. They were playing some Card Shop Simulator as well. And you can find them over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zane_AE. How is your stream? How's your day going? Right, we have... I may have overbought. I'm not saying I did. Are you addicted to Zane is? We've been playing a lot of the sim games. Possibly. Oh, in fact, that's... Might come back to that cheap stock filler. Yeah, we're gonna... I forgot I bought so many packs of box of these, I'll be honest. How's your run going? How are you building your shop up? And are you enjoying it? That's the main thing. It's late for you, so you're going to head out. Fantastic meeting you, and you'll be back. Well, welcome. If you find yourself over in our community Discord at discord.gg/Imaflanker, just say hi in the social channel. I'll give you the streaming superpower there that gives you the ability to let our little over 600 people know when you're going live. If you're playing some Card Shop Sim, I'm sure some people will come and hang out with you. Love the game. Glad to hear it. Wow. Doors are hard, man. Ever since The Witcher, we've had problems with playing games with doors, being outwitted by them. Anywhere's better than here, says lads. I mean, that's totally reasonable. Okay, Burko, thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Good night, Zane. Have a good one. So, we're going to be testing out more of the theories today. Our cunning plan is... Also, top these up. Our cunning plan is we're going to do the thing that bankrupts more small retailers than anyone else. We're going to compete on price. Everything is going to be cheaper than our competition. Which is a stupid plan if you ever open a store IRL. For those that haven't been here before, I'm Imaflanker. Welcome. It's lovely to have you here. The reason I'm playing sim games like this is because I spent quite a lot of my time as a retail consultant and running small retailers. Certain members of my community, who shall remain nameless Wagleys, like to troll me. So decided that give me a game that plays in an area that I have worked in seems like a great way of spending some time. I am rather enjoying it, I will be honest. Wagley says, never met anyone with such issues with doors. Reasonable. Rogan's, I hope you're feeling better today, bud, and enjoy your lurk. Mark says, Wagley, how's your PC now it's been touched by Flanker? One screen still doesn't work and you're scared to turn the PC on. Extra doubt. One screen doesn't work, but the reason it doesn't work is nothing to do with the... well, I suppose it is technically to do with the upgrade. It's a old screen with a DVI cable. So there's a DVI adapter arriving today. least efficient way of doing this in the world. Right. What are we going to focus on restocking? Let's get some of the figurines in. Where's the other figurine? There it is. Right. Those look okay. This has just been restocked. The dice feel like they're at a level we can live with for now. Oh, and we should probably condense the stock a little bit on some of the items that we may have more stock of. Oh no, never mind. Totally paying attention. Definitely check that before moving it. Yes, yes. So we want more of those sleeves as well. The yellow ones we're doing okay on. We need the wind booster and fire booster. That's going to get spendy. We could probably live without water and earth for now. I think we sold a lot of individual cards yesterday. Oh, not as many as I thought. Oh, that will go into our trash pile of shame. These ones, though, we'll pull some out of there. Put them back over here again. So these are just our overflow stock shelves. We might need more of those sleeves as well. We could do one more box. And the green ones at the bottom. Okay, so sleeves, one green, one blue. Let's grab those. Oh, no. That was the wrong thing entirely. One green, one blue. These things, you hate to restock them, but let's do it. Because they make us no money. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, chat. Screw it. Let's pretend like I did. Should we probably try and sweat the stock a little bit on a couple of these? Right, I suppose we better go through and set some prices. We're below, below. Below. As those make us a reasonable amount of money, I think I'm actually going to go through and order actually, we've got a reasonable depth of stock of all. We can do one green. We'll try and actually keep some money in our account after definitely not accidentally clicking the wrong thing. Right. And that should give us enough for the board game order as well. So. Right. Let's catch up with chat a moment. Sounds like a case for the independent adjudicator. No, Mark, don't refer things to the independent adjudicator. I never win with the independent adjudicator. The totally independent adjudicator that decides things in my household is Plan, my wife. I'm told that one day I might win a case. So, yeah, if we disagree on something, it goes to the independent adjudicator. And she makes the decision for me. Nice case set up in your tent bed, which is a nice TV at the end, streaming docked up, which help you make things more homely. Oh, that's nice. What game do I have the most hours in? That's a difficult question. Because some of the games I have most hours in won't even be logged by Steam because they're somewhat older. Let's see. Let's go to the library and have a look. Sort by hours played. So Arma 3, Mordheim, Stellaris, Empire Total War, PUBG, Crusader Kings 3, Northgard, RimWorld. Wow, didn't expect RimWorld to be that high. Total War Rome 2, Civ 6. I can't believe Civ 6 is that high. I didn't actually like Civ 6. The Hunter, Farthest Frontier. So it's a real mix. I am one of those filthy variety streamers that will play kind of any genre. The only thing I don't tend to play are zombie games because I think they're silly. And horror games because I think most of them are lazy. But the least hour, and by the way, several of those are over 1,000 hours. The least hours, I have 0 hours in 0 hour. Wow, really? Mark says zombie games silly because they're in your head. Yes. Yeah, the DVI connection, that monitor that has that connection is a monitor that I gave Wadley to use. That is my old Samsung monitor that I think is over 10 years old. It was cutting edge at the time. You had one of those when you were in college. What? They're good monitors. In fact, no, I'll put that there. And I'm just ignoring the customers at the moment. We're just doing the restock and we'll... Oh. That was nearly very silly. Really? There we go. I've also just seen Flanker's recable tidying job. Okay, well that is... I did say... No lies were told by Wagley there. However, I did leave the cables intentionally untidy at the back, or intentionally loose at the back, because you're probably going to need to take... pull the PC out again to do the next thing. And Wagley's cable management was actually very good. There was no slack. You've returned to your blankie for your own safety. Oof. And we're broke again. Huzzah! Right. Give the option of resting, but it doesn't actually give me any sort of option as to like any indication. Like the supermarket together, the stock have like a bar that shows you how stressed or restful they are. Any excuse, says Wagley. 0 out of 10 would not rehire. Would you like a refund for the full amount you paid for me travelling to sort your PC out? Also, do I look like you have the time to tidy all the cables again? It's a hard life. Has anyone got a really small violin to play for Wagley? I think Wagley needs it. Made a shop tour. I want my mac and cheese back. Wagley ate half my mac and cheese. True story. Did Plan get any mac and cheese? No, because Wagley ate it all. Although I was told repeatedly that Wagley was wasting away. There's still a planful in the kitchen. Wagley taking one for the team, says Cody. Indeed. Oh, Wagley, there was a fast food simulator prologue that got recommended yesterday. Do you want to take a look at that today? You're so behind the chat. Hang on, what? Oh, Cody at the top of the chat says, Wagley, how do you feel about trying the fast food simulator at some point? One of the jobs is yelling at staff. Wow. Oh, yelling at people, it doesn't sound like something you would do, but you try it for the chat. That's incredibly kind of you. Yes. Just for science, right? Your family drink that time was perfect. Wow. Wagley is a true friend of the stream. You would have lent me a box to take some to flat. That feels like a lie. All right. Okay, we'll go through. We're going to try this and reprice everything again today. Let's just check it all out. We're going to make sure we are under the market price for literally everything. We have plenty of chairs. We'll send our dude for a break halfway through the day. And we'll see how well this goes. In fact, no, we'll keep that at £2. That's so these are way below the market price. Right, dice 16.50, £13, 15.25. So all of these look fine. We'll leave that well below. Okay, I think that's everything in the store, barring Storm, repriced. Just triple checking all the mats. There we go. All right. And we are open. Let's crack on. Also, we should probably put some more music on. View player. There we go. Runes in say 640 packs of rare Destiny packs bought. Time to pray to the RNG gods. I said you were getting ready to go. You just ignore. What? Oh, I didn't hear you, Wagley. So you're truly sweet and innocent about that. You got a new ghost card. Nice, Rinzin. Much dirt, very yes. Not me reading the wrong line. Nuh-uh. Flanker's mum says I'm practically perfect. I can believe that.
Okay, we've got people sitting at tables over there. Hey, my dude. Do you want to go on a break? Because we're not running around and leaving the checkout, so... Give an hour-long lunch. You let him have a break, yeah. So, Wagby, did you respond to say that you would fancy giving the fast food one a go then? Just for chat, right? Do you need me to send you the link to it? And what sort of time do you fancy playing some games? Oh, hang on. We actually have a queue. Give you till 11-ish, you got some things to do beforehand. No worries. So it does look like when you give them a break, they just go and stand outside until you go and get them back. But that should be a well-rested employee at this point. Do you have to deploy any distinct managers in IRL, or is that part completely new to you? There are... in a lot of retailers, there are actually smells pumped into stores. But it's less about your customers being smelly and more about tempting people to buy stuff. So if you go into a chain bakery, they are probably using a scent to smell like fresh bread all the time. Or they'll try pumping the scent of fresh coffee. In certain areas to increase your propensity to buy. So there's a company called Mood Marketing. There are lots of others as well. I think Scentair and EcoScent and stuff. But they all provide these things that you build into the air conditioning or place near displays to increase sales because it's really quite potent. So, yeah, No deodorizing your customers quite like that. Although in the hospitality industry, where they have customer toilets, yeah, there's quite a lot of different versions of the covering the smell that they use. I was just having a look through because I hadn't for a little while while I was waiting for a customer to come to the checkout. So some of the things that the scents that they've got, these are for retailers to make their store smell like, or areas of their store smell like. Everything from like coffee through to a beach breeze or cool mint or a Hawaiian breeze, Mexican chocolate. Oh, that's our last customers through the door. You not shopping, sir? No? All right. Let's just check there's no lurking customers like you. Get out. Get out. Well, disappointed at what? There's some over there. Check our reviews out. No smell at all. Love the prices. Definitely getting what I need and not breaking the bank. Staff's friendly. Service is great. Love the price here. Definitely getting what I need. Not break the bank. Good shop. Very cheap. We'll visit soon. Comfortable and cozy. I love to play here. Fast and reliable. I enjoy bargain hunting in this shop. I don't know how they keep the lights on with these prices. Yes, if you see an independent retailer that's competing on price, they will not be around for very long. Because most of them are just taking a margin hit. There's a shop in the city near where I am that I really like, but I have no idea how they keep the lights on because, like, the maths of how much they have to turn for the square footage they have and the rates they have to be paying just doesn't add up. So I'll go and spend money there as often as I can in the meantime. Kalex says, these are some great reviews you've paid for. You like Flanker game? I think that was an autocorrector there. I think that what Wagney meant to say is, yeah, like Flanker gave great friendly service. I know, right? All right, let's end the day. We'll do all of our other stuff at the other end of the day. Okay, so total visits today, 103. That's down by 10 from 113 yesterday. Total checkouts was 69. Nice. But that was down by 6 from yesterday. The number of items sold. Yesterday was 357, today was 403. The number of played games is 64. Yesterday was 22. So that has solved it. That one table was definitely the cause of all our problems. The played hours was 79 hours and 55 minutes. That's up from 28 hours the day before and back to like 4 days ago in game, I think. That kind of level. So our item earnings was 5,876.45. That is up from £5,672.10. The game earnings though is 2,717.48, up from 977 yesterday, and our total revenue is 8,593.93. which is up by about 2,000 on the revenue of 6,600 yesterday. Corvus says we have a comic store in our town. It's absolutely massive. Rarely has more than 2 or 3 customers in it. No idea how they stay open. Yeah, like if you have a strong online business, you can survive. But bear in mind, like, the average small shop is paying more per square foot than Amazon is for their space. And in the UK, they're paying more tax per square foot than Amazon is in the UK because of the way business rates work. So if you're competing against Amazon and others, it's pretty rough in the first place. And you need to make sure that you have the right size of unit. One of the things a lot of these games get wrong is that there is not always necessary to have a huge unit. But by the same token, like, there are some businesses like coffee shops, unless you are opening at a station or at somewhere with incredible footfall and most of that footfall wants to take their item to go, if you open a coffee shop that's less than 500 square foot, you're going bust. I don't know what else to tell you. There is mathematically no way for you to turn over the amount unless your rent is free. Laz says, common reason I've rejected drawings this morning. As built drawing classed stage 5 and the drawing should be classed stage 6. Oof. You're getting a big break from the high street on rent because the price of so many empty units. And the problem is that a lot of those may be on rent-free deals. So to protect the perceived value of their property, big landlords won't give you a discount on your rent. They'll give you a rent-free period instead, because they can then go to the people that have lent them money or their shareholders and say, oh, we've signed a new lease on this space at £25 a square foot times 1,000 square foot. So it'll be 25,000 a year, say, or 50,000 a year, whatever the figure is. But they've given them a rent-free period of a period to fit out the shop, plus a rent-free period as an incentive. But what that means is if it's a new business, they go from paying no rent and still paying hefty business rates in a lot of cases to suddenly paying full whack, which is why you see, particularly in big shopping centres, you'll see units just altogether disappear, like maybe 5 years after the shopping centre opened. The first break clause they get. Right, I suppose we better restock the store before we just open, right? And do we want to spend some money on making ourselves embiggened? I really want that, but we're 35 before we get that. I will say definitely don't undercut on prices. They have an upstairs area for tabletop, which I'm not usually around when that's in use, but I imagine they make good money when it is. Yeah, like the biggest thing about retail at the moment, like historically, retail was about availability of product, right? So if you were making a decision 10, 20 years ago as to which store to go to or where to go shopping, and you needed, say, a kettle, I don't know, a small electrical item, the chances are that you would probably go into your local town centre because there'd be 2, 3, 4 retailers that you'd be like, yeah, they probably have kettles in, I don't know, John Lewis or Argos or somewhere. And the maths you do in your head is that, like, at least you've got the best chance of getting it. Or if you're going shoe shopping, you go to town because there's like 7 shoe shops. And just having product on the shelf, if you're a big shop and had lots of product, you'd think to yourself, oh, you know what, I'll go to insert big box electrical store because they probably have all of the thing I'm looking for. That is no longer enough because there's what retailers call the unlimited aisle online. So you basically can get pretty much anything no matter where you are in the world, barring legal restrictions. You can pretty much find what you want to order from somewhere. It's pretty rare for there only to be 1 or 2 retailers, unless it's an own label item, to be selling the same thing. So people are looking for delivery and convenience, and honestly, ordering online and getting delivered to your door is pretty damn convenient if you're ordering a particular item, and you're more likely to go for a retailer based on price rather than anything else. So retailers today, if you want to be successful, they have to give you another reason to go there other than just having the thing. Like if you go to a supermarket and they don't have the coffee you like having that coffee is table stakes. So what's the difference between you buying that coffee in person, other than like the immediacy that you walk out with it and can have more coffee? And why would you choose one supermarket over another? Is it the store layout? Is it the events? So having things like table space in stores or having in-store events, particularly for specialty retailers like card game shops or for model centres or hobby centres, craft stores, that give people a reason to go, that's social and also gives you some additional value. As long as you can persuade your customers then part with the right price for the products they buy as well, or you can persuade them to pay for those tables or services, that's the way you can draw customers into your store, which a great example of that in the UK, there's a relatively small retailer but growing called Firestorm Games. If you have a look at their stores, they're about 50% tables, 50% stock. and they do all sorts of things from like 40k and Airfix through to Lego and other brands. And they Magic the Gathering, and they do lots of events for like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and all those things. And they also have a coffee shop, so you can say, oh, you know what, I'll meet you at Firestorm. It's a bit out of the way, but they have loads of stuff, and they'll probably have the new insert thing here. Second ghost card, 99 runes in. You have 2 options to your town for D&D and Warhammer 40k. That place or Firestorm. I'll always favour the independent. I mean, that's reasonable. I would say Firestorm. So, the guy that founded Firestorm, I worked with him a few years ago. Like, before he had Firestorm, I know him. And Firestorm is an independent. And by that, I mean it's not part of some major corporation and not owned by any of the products they sell in there. But if you do like independent retailers and you like a particular shop or a particular restaurant, the best thing you can do, if you want it to exist still, is go and shop there. So I don't know whether we do a restock today or we kind of skimp a little bit on the restocking and get ourselves a new product. We have to do some restocking because some of these are looking a bit barren. Don't go wrong for convenience. Firestorm was great, but you want competition in my town, the owner of the place, the champ. Hey, like genuinely go and support the retailer you like that does the things you like. And sometimes that means paying a wee bit more money for the product or service. And that's not just in like gaming, that's across everything. Do you really like the coffee shop that makes all their own stuff on site? You should probably go and buy coffee there. And I think it is something that unfortunately, lots of people just don't do. So I'm just going to grab these things out before we do the restock. Make sure that we are emptying our cabinets wherever we can. Do we not sell? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, selling none of something seems a bit weird. But it's as well as like the big companies that I work with. I've run small retailers and I work with small retailers as well. And like the most frustrating thing, if you want to pick a fight with a small retailer, go and tell them how much you like a thing that they sell, but you bought it cheaper on Amazon. And then ask them why they have less stock than they did the week before. You too can choose violence. We'll get 2 of those. There we go. Two of these. Yep. Just checking I hadn't double ordered that because I thought I did a minute ago. One of those, okay. Yeah, it's a like retail's rough, man. And people will always want to have some sort of independent retailers and stuff, but like, if you want a top tip on how to tell a retailer's going bust, week on week they have less stock. If you look at a big retailer, if you look at their till system and it looks older than you are, they're probably on the way out. If they've been bought by private equity, they are probably on the way out. I think quite a lot of the stuff we're doing okay for, chat. I think the figurines, we definitely want more of these. I do 3 of those. 1 of those. Did I forget that we had another display over here? Yes, I did. Okay. But yeah, the other telltale sign is that they're selling everything less than MSRP, which just means that they either don't understand business, the most common, or they're just desperate for cash. Because one of a really common thing in leisure retail, so things that you are selling because they sounded like a good idea. You're like, oh, I really like playing. I really like making cards for my friends and family. I'll open a craft shop. You see the same thing happen every time where they spend their retirement money or their life savings on opening the store. And it's really nice. And on day one, it looks okay. And they go, oh, how am I going to compete? And they sell everything cheaper than everyone else. And then their competitors will then try and push down the price. And then they'll do the same. And the reality is that they're getting less and less and less stock week by week by week because they are... Oh, we need more of that one as well. There's no margin in what they're doing. And they're too, at best, naive to notice until it is way too late. And then customers come in who see the thing for full price and go, oh, that's a rip-off. I've seen another store selling it for half the price. You know, the other store is an idiot because they're not selling it for enough to be able to survive. And in specialty retail, so areas outside of FMCG, fast-moving consumable goods, which is like food and drink and snacks. The more specialty and niche the retailer, the more margin you need to be able to survive. But typically, the minimum you need is a 50% margin. So if you buy something for £5, you sell it for 10, and if you're not making that and you're not consistently selling at that, you're going bust. Because turnover is vanity. Anyone can turn over £100,000 by selling £10 notes for £5. That doesn't mean you have a real business. Do we not have any more space for this? Ah, you know what? We'll go and stick these over here. Be a retail whiz in no time. Right, I'm going to take that 1 star off there. Stick that over here. So I can put another facing of these stars here instead. Fast food at 11 your time? Yeah, that sounds reasonable, Cody. I'll need to write the bump and do the things for it, but yeah. All the things and the stuff. Did we... Nope, didn't really sell any of those. Oh, you're kidding. There's one in there. I'm not putting a box up for one. There you go. That's these ones. Ah, doors are hard. Retail expert, but complete noob at walking through doors. Let's open some packs, why not? I can't be good at everything. And in some cases, chat will tell you anything. Are you going to make food before that time, Cody, because you think that our gameplay in a fast food restaurant will put you off the concept of food? Let's keep doing this bit by bit. Only one of them left in that. I might stick it somewhere else. That is a wrong shelf. Pro gamer. doing some thinking, tidying. Oh, one. Rude. Oh, we need more of those figurines as well. I thought I ordered more of those. Maybe we're just selling a lot of them. I'll order 2 boxes. Oh, what an umpty. Right, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to expand our albums a little bit. We're going to buy another one of the small cabinets. Checking the box empty. Oh no, get in there. Right, let's go and get those other figurines from outside. I don't mind having a box on the shelf just in case they sell out again. May have changed my mind a little bit about some of the things we're doing. It goes there. So we have a lot of these stars out. Put a few more of those there. Right. We should probably do a board games order, but I'm just going to check to see what we've got that we can upgrade to. Oof, we're going to actually have to wait for those, so we may as well, in that case, just restock a tiny bit more then. So we'll grab 4 more of those. of those. Gonna try and avoid restocking the dice. Right, that is being cleared for another day. Other than that, our stock's looking pretty okay for most stuff, right? I suppose we could order, much as I don't like selling because it doesn't make us money. I'd order one of those. Okay. Green and blue, those are fully stocked. So yeah, one yellow. All right, we'll grab that order. And then we'll stash the cash after we've done our board games order. By area, do we earn more from tables or from stock? So the reason we have the number of tables we have, the way we scaled the mark, is that we've got one more table than the most that's ever been used. So that we're making sure we're scaling appropriately. If there was... Oh, bad words. If we found there was a day... Oh, that we were... we didn't have table capacity, we would... Sorry. Then I'd add another table. So it's like the coffee shop thing, right? You want enough space to have enough tables to be able to make your money. But if you have a 2,000 square foot of additional space that no one's sitting at the tables, you have the potential to make money, but actually you're just paying shed loads of rent for no space that you're not using properly. Damn it. How comes aliens are green? No idea. One of the things that are not in my area of expertise. All right. I think we've got enough stock to make money today. We'll get Mafia Works. We need... Oh, let's do a tabletop order. We need one claim. I'm not going to order another one of the Necromancers. So we're going to need, say, 6 Mafia Wars. Wrong shop. I think the yellow one we've actually still got overstock. So yeah, I think that's That's our tabletop order there. The whole dude on YouTube says, we need more. Anything in particular we need more of, or just more? We could also waste a wee bit of time by buying ourselves a box of cards and just opening loads of them. Oh, bad words. Don't text and walk, kids. It's dangerous. We don't really have a spare shelf there for that, so... Right, that clears out that little box there. No. Oh. Well, looks like we're opening more cards then. Right. So tomorrow we'll try and buy a wee bit more stock. So are the lights on? Yes. Are these as full as they can be to start with? Yes. Let's open. Oh, I didn't go through and check the price on everything. That was silly. Dude, you're pulling cards. Are you sick, Steve? I was trying to empty a cupboard, Steve. I was trying to put all the stock on the shelves. I was like, if there's only one box there, I can get rid of a box, which I meant to do as well. There you go. Cass, is it just the card games they play? Yes, currently. It would be good or interesting to see the board games too. Yeah, I think that probably requires quite a bit of dev work because the although they could just find a relatively hacky way of showing the same thing. But yeah, I agree. Board game events would be cool. Like in terms of if it was attracting more customers or getting more people to play board games. Cashier ASMR says Theron. How are you, Theron? Lovely to have you here. Send him off on his lunch. Having just done the deal with the board game company, I think it would be good for them. Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be pretty cool. I love the way it sounds like you're slapping someone in the face when you throw away boxes. Is that because you like the sound or because you like violence? Being as you killed me several times. I'm not sure which is the right answer. No comment, says Cody. More violence. Still loads of tables available. £69, nice. Right, all those tables are in use. We still got plenty more out that side. OMG, this place stinks. What are you talking about? What are they talking about? We've literally not had a customer BO in the store. They've not got past the door. You have 1 cent coins. I have $2 coins. Yes. Yeah, I think because even where they've done lots of different currencies, and they do model the currency, like when you look at the door, into the drawer when it next opens, it does look like GBP. But I think they have a limited model for the till that's the same for every currency. So they've just made some decisions. Because those do look like UK notes. But they are 2 compartments short. But if they add the 2 compartments, they have to take something else away. What is this, an anime convention? Well. There you go, we've added a new product line. They got through. It was one of the bottles ran out during him. The spray on one side. They need 2 sprays each. Threat eliminated, indeed. Australia doesn't have 1 cent coins anymore. We did have 1 2 cent coins at one stage. You might find for them they've changed it out. Because there is an in-game currency setting, and I haven't actually looked at the Aussie dollars one. I'd really like it if you can either stack these shelves so you put one on top of the other, or if you can add an item to the top of the shelf. That would be awesome. No, wrong one. Put it back. Because I'm looking across a shelf. They're in because the cost of producing 1 cent coins is not worthwhile. And if you're that worried about it, you can still pay by card. And the most you're going to be out in any transaction is 1 cent.
Did I not actually install Fast Food Simulator? Derp. All right, we can see how we did. We won't have time for another day, so we can do a bit of restocking or rearranging, but let's see how we did compared to yesterday. So we had 92 visits, down from 103. We had 67 checkouts, down from 69. 11 dissatisfied customers. People that bought items. Well, that's a game ready to play. Right. Sorry, we got 90 hours of playtime and 57 minutes. That's up from 79 hours and 55 minutes the day before. The number of people that played games was down from 64 to 58. Our item earnings today were £6,293.35, up from £5,876.45. Our game earnings were up to £3,092.60 from £2,717, and that means our total revenue is up at £9,385.95, which is up from £8,593.93 yesterday. So, there's a saying here, Theronym says, roughly translated, who does not honor the penny is not worth a dime. I get that. Sponge says, no, it's got to be happily carry around a pound of pennies in our wallet because I'm not overpaying for anything. That'll be 99 pence. I've only got a pound. I haven't got any pennies. Well, go and get some. I'm not having you rip me off. That's my children's inheritance you're taking. I could starve. How you doing today, Sponge? You keeping well, bud? Oh, we did actually pay for some upgrades. So we'll do a little bit of rearranging, then we'll save up, and then we'll switch on over to the next game when we should have a Waggly. Ah! Plan just snuck past most stealthily again. Hey, good, thanks. Back to work for 4 days, then off for 10. Oh, nice. Have you got much planned for your time off? Or are you just chilling? Days a decent chunk together, isn't it? Right. Go there. We must solve all you guys. There we go. We don't have planned. You have plans, say Theranim. Hi, plans, say Sponge. Plan's very stealthy today. She's already heading back up the stairs again. You're at your birthday week on Sunday and away to the kingdom for a few days. We have a lovely lodge booked. Oh, awesome. Who did you, if you don't mind me asking, who did you book it through? You can DM me the answer. Like, I've been having a look around. So I might be up in Scotland again before the end of the month for at least possibly just for a couple of days. But I'm also looking for somewhere self-catering in Fife. Because I stayed at the very salubrious Golden Acorn, which is a Weatherspoons hotel while I was up in Fife this time.
I don't get a shout out to Plan, but Sponge does. Rude. Yes, Les. Oh, Plan has appeared. A wild plan has appeared in chat. Right. We're going to do this a bit bitty like. What else do we need? I gotta actually take those out of here and put them over here, because these two are for future upgrades. Oh, thanks, Sponge. Appreciate you, mate. Oh, those look fantastic. As in, I've actually got some drone footage that Plan filmed from Dunfermline. Which, if you ask Plan nicely at some point, when she's not doing 10 different things at once, she might upload to the YouTubes. Yeah, that looks pretty stunning, Sponge. Thank you for the DMs, mate. Runes would say spent 3.8k on packs, got 3 ghost cards, about 6k worth of high value cards. Nice. You were a long time ago, so hopefully the same. I also there was a farm I used to stay at that I really miss. There was a self-catering cottage the farmer had built for his son, and it was spectacular. So purple stock order. One of those. But yeah, that looks really nice, Sponge. You spend so much time moving things from place to place, and while later you move them again. Yeah, I mean, so all it is that rather than having stock shelves full of stock, which is honestly a waste, particularly if you are low on some items, I have a few different temporary spaces. So this cabinet here, these two cabinets here and here, and these two sides of shelf, or this like one side of shelf here, these are just trash space. So rather than have it out back, which means if you start running out of something, you'll get customers complain at you. What I'm doing instead is putting as much as possible stock out for them to order. Because the retailer in me hates the idea of having loads of back stock. Because you should build your store in such a way that you're putting the right amount of stock up that you shouldn't have to restock during the day. Oh, come on. The door is not loving that. Come on. No. Please, sir, can I get the package out? Oh. You bought the second lot and have one full of tables, the other have the store. Yep. I think that's the way to go. Yay! So I'm trying to minimize what we have just sat on the racks. Stock order. That's the non-plushy version, isn't it? Oh, it is time to play games with Wagley. All right. Door says no, right? Also, before you open, you let the staff restock while I open the cards. Honestly, that's not a bad plan. If you like the card pulling bit, like hiring the staff and making them do the restocking. Especially if you have got stock racks. That is the utility of the stock racks. So, like, to be fair, is that if you do have a member of staff, he's going to be useless at it. Oh, you can tell them not to fill shelves with no labels on them. That's pretty neat. Does he go and get the boxes from outside as well? Honestly, an improvement over a lot of other games. Quite a few of them do not do that. Some of these are very profitable items to sell. Compared to like freaking dice. Right. Grab some norms, be right back, no worries. Restocks, then put boxes back on storage shelves too. That's neat. One of my bugbears with the one of the supermarket ones, I think is Grocery Store Sim, is that they don't. So like if they go on break, they just like, all right, I'm on break, bye, and drop the box and leave. Right, cool, thanks guys. Go and grab a couple of those. That's one. Right, go and jump into voice so Widely can jump in when ready. It'll only take me a moment. All right, I think that shop is ready to rock and roll for the next day. Hang on. Two more things. The booster packs, yellow and blue. Oh, we'll do a green as well. Why not? Why not? Flank is just a warm-up pack for Waggly. I mean, pretty much. And not a very good one. Cybertrans says, well, good howdy doody morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day so far. Lovely to have you here, Cybertrans. How are you? Gotta let him finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Wow. Aging visibly here. Well, while we're waiting for that, I can actually write the bump for our next game and do the thumbnail for YouTube's. Give me a few moments. Did you just dump the box for that as well? Or do we use it all? No, you used it all. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm looking for press release at the moment for the fast food simulator. Like that, we're going to have to pull a graphic out of our behinds. Mark says, Flanker, on a completely different note, with all the WordPress nonsense going on, are you looking to move away from WordPress for gaming buzz? No, definitely not. I mean, what are your alternatives? Drupal? Like, really? It is still one of the most extensible platforms with a significant amount of work that's gone into the making a really great platform to use, and very something you can definitely change up quite a bit. So yes, I think it's unlikely that I would move away unless we were building something completely new. And that's just a huge amount of work. And then you have to train people on how to use your new thing. You heard good things about Drupal. Hey, it's not bad. It's just like comparatively the number of people that have expertise in it is significantly lower than in WordPress, which makes it a right pain. And I think it's bad enough having to train lots of people in how to use WordPress without choosing another different random tool. But no, it hasn't given me any pause for thought or made me think about moving away. Is this going to be another one that's going to be an absolute pain to find any information on? Oh, we're playing all through these different indies. Like the number of them that don't have a press kit, that don't have really anything. Which does make it a bit of a bind when you're trying to set things up to let you play. Right. This may not be my finest work, surprising no one. Okay, so why are you thinking about moving all your projects away from WordPress, by the way, Mark? I was just you have questions on a few people about how you can do that. Genuinely asking, what would you move it to? Because you're going to have to redevelop so many, like if you're using any sort of add-ons or anything. Because I can't see many clients being up for the cost of a custom coded site. What WordPress nonsense. The WordPress and one of the largest WordPress hosts. So WordPress.org, which is a open source, I think they're who are responsible for managing the open source of the code. Automatic, which is owned by the same people that are the commercial licensees of using WordPress. And then a third-party host that's one of the largest hosts for it have had a serious falling out because the third-party host is doing nothing to support the open source project. Most of them are paying WooCommerce subscriptions and don't want to fund Automatic if they're going to do business like they have. Yeah, but what are they going to use instead? Seriously, the moving from WooCommerce, your options are you can get yourself stuck into Shopify and give away a percentage of your revenue, or BigCommerce, or Squarespace, or if they are in an area that supports it, you can look at something like Square, or Block. Sorry, I think they are now. They're not shutting down. They're fine. They're just having a legal battle. But as part of that, the opening shot was they stopped access to some of their servers for this third-party host. Who, by the way, are making hundreds of millions a year. I don't feel particularly sorry for either side, truth be told. Right, I'm just saying on the stream for our playthrough of Fast Food Simulator Prologue. While waiting for Wagme and Cody. So we should be ready to rock and roll in just a moment. It looks like we actually have to cook stuff as well. This is going to be chaotic.
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, Wagley, how are you?
I'm good. Just as I was settling down, the bit come for the PC, so I've been putting that in for the screen.
Oh, so have you got... Did it work?
Yes, the third screen's going.
Nice. So for context, that was the DVI converter, wasn't it? Not the cable.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I sent Wagley a converter because her new GPU is 2080 Ti, which does not have a DVI connection. And DVI converters are notoriously, or from DisplayPort to DVI, sorry, are notoriously picky as to whether they actually freaking work or not. In theory, they should all work. Whether they actually do. So I'm super happy to hear that everything's working as it should. Right, I'll hit all of the buttons then. Let me...
Am I better with controller with this or keyboard and mouse? Anyone know?
I think Cody's the only one that's played it.
Okay. I see. Oh, there's my controller. I only tried keyboard and mouse. Okay.
Right. Okay. So here is the cunning plan, chat. If you are watching on Twitch, you stay exactly where you are. I'll do a couple of quick things and we'll change on over. If you are watching on YouTube, the link is in chat now for the new stream that will be live in just a few seconds. This stream is going to end. Please don't forget to do the whole subscribing thing in particular, but liking also helps. But if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube, you can find it at youtube.com/@Imaflanker UK. The link is also in the chat. And would really appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out a ton. So we'll just do the changeover. I'll be back in just a few moments.